Ladies and gentle thems, welcome back to another episode of The Jaking Off Show. The Jaking Off Show is brought to you by Fnxfit, OG Shenrons Vintage Clothing, and Liquid Death Mountain Water. Click the links below and use promo code JAKEOFF for 15% off of any order when you order from Fnxfitness.com. Fnxfitness offers supplements and vegan protein powder or regular protein powder, whatever you're into, and all sorts of vitamin supplements like krill oil and collagen. And, you know, braining is hard when making the words go sometimes, and you need to be a little bit more aware of yourself and your surroundings. And it's also great to have a good immune system. I personally use the immune complex boosters because I have some issues that I constantly address to you guys weekly. It's got elderberry and zinc to help keep your immune system from attacking itself if you have things like Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis or whatever your ailment is, that common cold shit, you know. I'm not going to say it doesn't fight against other sicknesses, but it's something that nobody really talks about. You got to be able to take care of yourself, and you can get 15% off of any order when you type in promo code JAKEOFF. This episode is also sponsored by Depop.com/OG Shenron. OG Shenron's Vintage Clothing has a thrift store in Melrose Avenue in Hollywood, California. You got to check that place out. He's got all kinds of vintage clothing. He ships all across the country. That's why the Depop ad is there, in case you find anything that's in his collection that suits your style. 80s vintage clothing, 90s vintage clothing. That's weird. I didn't think the 90s would ever be vintage. I'm old. But yeah, you'll never know what you'll find. You might find something truly off the tees at OG Shenron's Vintage Clothing. And lastly, Liquid Death Mountain Water. Go to liquiddeath.com, type in promo code JAKE, and get $2 off of any order. When you go to liquiddeath.com, type in promo code JAKE, get $2 off any order. Let them know the Jaking Off Show sent you. All right, let's get this episode started. I have a great conversation with comedian, rapper, extraordinaire, Renaissance man, Brandon Killough. Enjoy, everybody. There we go. And that's my fucking phone alarm to get the fuck out of bed.
Get out of bed.
Well, the problem is that this fucking gig has turned me into a vampire.
Yeah.
It's turned me into a vampire. I'm working late, and I get up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And it fucking sucks.
Mine has turned me into a phone zombie. I look like just one of those people that's always glued to their shit, but I'm actually doing like things that need to be done.
Oh yeah. Well, sleep has to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
And getting up at bright and early in the mid to late afternoon because you're doing shows or you're
For
putting
18
on.
rock squats.
Oh my god! The last time you were on, you only had one mic, and now you have two.
Now I have two, and I'm dabbling in another. I'm dabbling in a third.
So you're moving on up.
Yeah, no, I got
you're
a
moving forward.
fucking lot going on. I'm gonna be in the studio later tonight, laying down
you
some
mentioned
tracks.
that.
I'm actually gonna do some music.
Kind of like a Renaissance man, where you're not gonna put all your eggs in one basket, but you're gonna have fun doing other things.
Yeah, I mean, well, I started in music. I started in hip hop.
Right.
Years and
Right
years
on.
and years. Like I haven't been in the studio in probably like a decade.
You feel like you got to dust off some rust, or just like the general.
I mean,
vibe,
I feel like I've kind of done that, like with Mondays and everything.
Yeah, you're working with musicians now.
Yeah, and I do at least one freestyle battle every Monday. Somebody. Last night was great. You
I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I always dip out. Well, because I leave and I try to hang out as much as I can, but there's other shit. Monday is my like weekend where I'm like, that's my first day of rest.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to double hit 2 mics
I feel that.
because there's one in Norman and there's the one Mondays at Kendall's again.
Yeah.
And like I want to stick around, and sometimes like if I stick around a long time, that means I didn't go to the first one.
Yeah.
Because like I put too much bandwidth into it and I just get tired. But what did I miss? I missed the rap battle.
Yeah, me. I went against Eric, Generic Eric, who's an
okay.
actual rapper. So those are usually a little more spicy. But he tried to hit me with a line, basically saying like he gets more women than me, which I mean, I'm a dork.
Your masculinity is being challenged.
Well, yeah, you don't do that in a rap battle. So, but the way he said it just set me up for a beautiful life. Like he said something like he sticks to these hoes like glue, and I was like, okay, Eric, yeah, you stick to these hoes like glue. You're right. I don't have as many hoes as you. You're right. I don't have VPOs like you.
Oh my god, that's what I love about rap battle. Rap battle and roast, like they're kind of shit. That's an annoying sound for the whole audience. Now I hit the mic. That's like a synonymous, like kind of. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like there's different rules for different factions. Like
Right.
talking about somebody's mama or something.
You would
like
think
that,
I would be better at actually roasting, because I'm great at the rap battling.
Because there was a double roast battle between it was me and Generic Eric versus Kayvon and Chandler.
Yeah.
And Generic Eric got a little he caught a stride. He got a
He started. Yeah, he's getting better at the actual.
You have to not only think of the joke, but the joke also has to rhyme.
Right.
So you're doing like double duty.
Yeah,
And that takes a lot
and
of,
you have to be
brain
on beat and kind of anticipate the beat dropping in and out, because unless you actually know the beat, which we select, all those beats at random. Some of them are familiar, some of them aren't. But
that seems a little unfair.
We decided to do like a Kanye beat one night, and it was the worst fucking idea I've ever had, because it was one of those where he just starts singing like random hooks out of nowhere, so the beat was just dropping in and out all over the place. And I was like, I should have fucking anticipated this. I know this song.
What happened to old school Kanye? What happened to him?
Oh man, apparently Kanye misses Kanye. He loves Kanye.
Well,
I don't know.
It was right before he was making a bunch of money.
Yeah, it was right before his mom died. That's when.
That's true.
That's when he snapped.
That'll change a man.
That's when he snapped.
Oh, yeah.
Have you listened to Donda?
No, I'm not the. I'm not the. It doesn't. It's not my market. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not against it. I'm just not inclined to check it out myself. Like, I have particular interests in things, and most of them I just know it exists.
Yeah.
I don't investigate further or go down deeper
Right,
in the rabbit
right.
hole. I only have there's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm drilled into I'm aware of what's going on in pop culture. The Donda came out, like before Donda even came out, he rented out a whole fucking stadium.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
doing a workout room.
Yeah.
And people were going like, "Where is Donda? Like, ¿Dónde está Donda?" People were waiting. And then, what was it? Drake released an album at the same time?
Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, there's like beef or something. I don't
know.
I only pay attention
I
so
honestly
much.
think it was like fake beef to promote the album. Kind of like John McMillan just did with a homie of his.
Yeah.
They just had a beat competition, which they kept calling a beat off, and then they got roommates like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm watching a beat off." Nope, phrasing.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's always good to like get people talking and to like in a humorous way. Like nothing's out of malice.
Yeah,
you can't take it to heart and all that.
Right.
And I told you earlier I caught some heat for making a joke.
Yeah.
At my job.
Es no bueno.
I might be on thin ice, but it's like, okay, if you can't dish it out, don't take it.
Yeah.
Or I think
vice
I'm saying
versa.
that right. Like,
Vice versa.
Like if you run a humorous place, you're gonna hire those types of people,
Right,
I mean,
right.
and I'm in the back of the house. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's all good.
Right.
I joked about cockroaches in a kitchen and saying that you should edit them out. That's all we need to know.
By the way,
that's all we need to know.
Very clean place. Very, very clean place.
It's
I've
very
never.
clean. It's very nice. There were problems in the past, but they're fixed.
Yeah.
So like everything's a fucking joke. I don't know. I pull from life.
Right. Right.
And your type of humor. And thank you for saving me. By the way, last Thursday.
Oh,
you saved my ass a little bit.
Oh, by doing the
Yes.
putting a little space between the rap and you coming
a
on.
little bit of space, like not an intermission, because I feel like after music,
Yeah.
it just gets rowdy. Like when the song's over, people talk about the song, or people like talk about other stuff. It's a different animal,
Right.
compared to comedy.
Well, we've been looking at how to approach that transition, especially for the upcoming Halloween show at Kindle's on October 31st.
Yes, be there, be square.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking badass. But anyway, so we've been working on that because Obi the Beast is on that show now, and we've been trying to figure out how to nail that transition. And I think that I don't think that was by any means perfect, but we're getting closer because it was
Fucking
good.
around and finding out.
Yeah, I did some hip hop type jokes. So like
Yeah.
people had just eased into like, we're still talking about rap. We're still doing rappy type things.
Because
But
you don't want to lose those people.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's because what you're doing is a comedy music hybrid, and you're going to get people that are coming for different reasons.
right.
So I think it would be. I mean, this is just an idea, but like a brief intermission, and then going back to the comedy show, like
Right.
like an act 1 or an act 2.
What I really want to
just a
do,
thought.
like when I start doing this at like other venues and everything like that, I want to eliminate the open mic portion of it, replace it with a tighter show of, actual booked comics.
Yeah.
That way we know what we're getting into. People know they're going to get a good show.
Right,
It's more
yeah.
compact. It's not like 2.5 hours long like the mic drags on to sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, shit
And
happens.
then,
I just moved it.
And then possibly even eventually doing like a sketch or two, like pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded
And
sketches.
Yeah, and just
Filmed
like
on like a projector.
right in the
or-
middle, probably put on a projector, or depending on the venue, you know.
Okay,
What I mean?
that'd be tight. That'd be tight. Well, because
Some places we could just throw a flash drive at a computer and
Yeah, and I definitely
and just
have
right
that.
in the middle as like you're saying, just kind of an intermission.
yeah, some kind of like here's it. Like Chappelle's show would do. They would come to the stage. Dave Chappelle. It's like a comedy club setting.
Yeah.
and he would say some jokes, and we'd go like, watch this clip, and then we'd see like one of the classic Dave Chappelle sketches that we would
Right.
see, and then it would cut back to him, and then he ends with a musical guest.
Right.
And that's like the formula he took,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And you're taking like pieces of like, obviously Chappelle's a huge inspiration.
Oh yeah,
You know,
most definitely. That's honestly like it was kind of an accidental thing. I just met Obi the Beast in Shawnee at Andy P's mic, which by the way, if you ever get out to
Is that Saturday
Shompton,
night one?
yeah. I think now he's got 2 mics up there and they're alternating Saturdays. So there's one up there every Saturday to the best of my knowledge, unless he's got something else playing like a rock show or something. But definitely go check out his shows. He puts on a great show. But yeah, I linked up with OB out there and just on a whim, like invited him out to one of my shows and told him he could perform. And he did it. I think it was like a Monday night or something.
Yeah.
And we had probably 15 to 20 extra people in there that we wouldn't have normally had.
Yeah, that's really good.
And,
it's a good challenge too for comics like me.
Right. Well, it's not
It's the
only
complete
that, but
opposite
like
vibe.
everybody really just dug the vibe. And I had a bunch of people like approaching me like that, like you should keep doing it like this. It had kind of this Chappelle show type vibe to it. And
Yeah.
it just kind of clicked. I was like, I could like really lean into that.
Yeah, you could, and it takes an army to do these types of things. And,
Yeah.
I know burnout is real, so feel free to reach out. Not even to like me per se, but anybody who's willing to like catch in on the fun and just make sure it all goes smoothly, so you can have a break.
I need
and
to
enjoy
get to the
show.
I really just need to get to the point where like I have some sort of booker or somebody to take some of that off my hands. Like
Yeah.
my half my week now is spent talking to local rappers and musicians and explaining the difference between Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh,
And
man.
that they can't just pop in on a Thursday and join the musical guest and like get that like that's a Monday thing.
Yeah.
The Mondays are how you get booked for Thursdays, essentially, which we had this guy named Mr.
Okay.
Green come through last night. Shout out to Mr. Green, good friend of Critical C's. Fucking killed it. So I'm going to book that guy soon. But I'm booked all the way through the second
Okay.
week of October.
Nice.
So...
You're good.
And it's starting to fill out. Yeah, it's one of those things where like once people caught on and saw kind of the crowds and the attention. I mean, it's free promotion for you musicians if you can get into one of these shows. It's a lot of free promotion.
You need asses in seats, and which will lead to moving to the next level.
Right.
That and the other thing.
And the third mic that I'm working with people on, is the one that Adrian set up with Gina at Pours of Liquid Lounge.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
That's another Saturday one potentially, right?
Yes. And so far, what I understand, it's going to be every Saturday unless otherwise notified, because she is going to, be booking some of those Saturdays with some other shows and stuff. But as of right now, that's how we're going to handle it. And this coming Saturday, I'm bringing Obi the Beast. So we're gonna see
the Poor Liquid Lounge.
Yeah.
Nice. I
Yeah.
wish I could make it because I'm working
Right.
tonight. Christina P is here.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm not. I mean I'm not gonna like lie to you, but
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
if I wasn't working at Bricktown, like I would be watching the show.
I can tell by the curvature of your mustache that you're a very big fan of hers.
Oh, yeah. We keep it high and tight. We keep it very high and tight. I fucking bought floss picks. It's like sort of an inside joke with her, and I'm just gonna leave a bag of them in the green room.
Oh man.
With a little note that says like just full of references to like her shit.
Should leave a little note that says "Simping ain't easy."
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
actually good.
Chandler Roan making hummus.
Chandler Roan making hummus. Cody slinging the jokes. Oh man, half the fucking the scene works there.
Yeah.
And it's I'm aware of the sacrifices it's you have to make to move an inch.
Right.
And one other angle is like if you can't get booked for a show, you might as well produce one yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. But like if you book something and it conflicts with something, you gotta be able to have like because I hate to say it, but like we can't do it alone. And I do everything I do right now completely like on my own.
Yeah.
And I've been offered a couple of jobs, and
Right.
I have to be like.
That's my main.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Like you can't just because I have 2 cameras now doesn't mean you can just walk up to me and you
Right.
don't know me and you want to shoot a sketch. Like, do you have a script?
Yeah.
Unless I've known you a good while, like you're just gonna elevator pitch, and I have to learn how to like say no to stuff now because now I'm wanted for different reasons.
Right.
Other
Right.
than comedy, and that's what's having a multi skill set thing. Like you have music, you have comedy. If you start getting booked to music more,
Yeah.
would you drop comedy or vice versa, like whichever way it goes? Because the whole point is entertainment.
I'm definitely not dropping comedy. I
Yeah.
feel like I definitely have some pretty long legs in that industry.
You're 6'5".
Yeah. But I mean, that's really what made all this take off for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to turn down shows or turn down money if that's like where the money is leaning. But I'm going to always throw it back into comedy and use that to fuel and produce more shows and finally get my fucking production company like fully off the ground and really do stuff. Which, by the way, I'm just go ahead and throw out right now on the Jaking Off show.
Your camera's right there.
All these other places, like any other Bookers, Comics, Bricktown, Looney Bin, The Jungle, all these other places, don't worry about my Mondays, Thursdays, or Saturdays. If you got something for me and you want to book my black ass, I can get a guest host or reschedule. I'll do the show. I will do the show.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
it's good to let them know
Yeah.
that you're willing to work hard and spend your time
Yeah.
on other stuff. Like you can't like have let's say for example your press kit, it's got your website, your fucking logo,
Right.
or like any reels or any footage like that. They know that you're spending time into this and that they'll have you commit to them for money.
Right. Yeah.
That's basically the game, and we're going to do this until we can't
Right.
anymore. It's always important to just if anything, never make it. Always like keep climbing.
Right.
Because you're gonna run into like fuck shit. And there was there's peaks and valleys. There's drama and all that bullshit. Like I try to be like Switzerland.
Yeah.
Socially,
Yeah.
like we're like at the end of the day, you and I are coworkers.
Right.
Not on the same not on a corporate level, but we're friends. We respect each other, and we're coworkers, and that's something that I feel like is missing in the scene sometimes. Is that mutual respect, and general support. Something that Bricktown's doing now is that they're making the comics like stay doing the open mic, which like I agree with, but there's smokers.
Yeah.
You want to have a drag or two before you go on stage.
Right.
Everyone has a different process.
Yeah.
Like you want to knock back a drink or two at the bar and just like kind of not be near the stage when it's time to go.
Right.
Because I'm that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting. I want to hang out and be alone somewhere.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
What's your approach to that?
A lot of times, especially like right before I go on, I don't want anybody else's voice or anybody else's shit. And I'm trying to stay laser focused on what I've got prepared or what direction I'm preparing to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anybody else's material. Sometimes I need a quiet place to sit for a few minutes.
Or like, there's a tag that I'm working on, and I need to keep my head on when to place that tag. But if someone says a fucking word to me, I'll forget.
Right.
And the plan I have goes right out the window.
But I am getting used to not being able to do that from doing these mics because you know the way I host. Like, I try to make each segue about the actual comics, which requires me to at least partially pay attention to your set.
Yeah.
So I've gotten used to just kind of being anchored somewhere near the stage for that reason. But damn, I mean, I can smoke in Kindles.
Yeah.
I need,
that's nice.
you know what I mean? Like,
you can smoke. Most places, they don't let you smoke anything.
Right.
Anything.
So, I mean, that also eliminates the need for me to be like, oh, I got to step away and smoke a cigarette, or I got to step away and, smoke a joint and calm my nerves. Like, I can just
and it's pressure. It's pressure, but not even just like, anything in regards of like reputation or anything, but just like running a fucking show. Like, when does it stop becoming like fun and more of like a ritual? Like, this is work, like the job is funny, but like there's still like the serious approach, like don't run the light, things like that. Like, and you're nice about it. You're very nice about it, because some people haven't quite learned the language yet. There's some newbies out there that they run the light, or because either they don't know or
some
things like that.
Not newbies that are just
that.
Thank you. I mean, again, it's the whole vibe. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a more serious, like big, paid booked gig, absolutely tighter ship. I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.
But it's a mic. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? If somebody's being an asshole or going like 2-3 minutes over, I'll fucking come up there and I'll get them. But like if somebody goes like 30 seconds to a minute over,
there's grace period.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal at that mic. You know what I mean? But yeah, I want it to be fun more than anything.
Yeah,
and I'll let you know if it ever starts feeling more like work. Actually, it'll probably be really obvious because I probably will start being like, guest host. I don't fucking feel like doing it right now.
Right, exactly. So, like, because you need to be able to sit down and just watch the show or just have some space.
But I've also created, like, such a weird, like, complex thing. I mean, it's not, like, insanely complex, but at this point, like, that's kind of a big ask to get somebody to run it and expect them to run it the way that I do now.
Right. Well, at that point, because I feel because guest host just brings like maybe 3 or 4 more people, like, that you don't have to worry about. Like you have your list, and you have names, and then guest host, and then they are a couple people, and they do a couple people, and then you introduce like the headliner or something.
Yeah,
if you can give yourself some kind of like gap where you can enjoy the show.
Something where I'm present, but I don't have to be quite so hands-on. I like that idea.
Yeah. Like you're just a simple guide. That's it. Like you're gonna be the guest host. You're only gonna bring up like 4 or 5 people. That's all you got to worry about, because you've handled everything else. I've been asked to help someone with like a booking agency. And I'm like, okay, at the end of it all, like I said, I'll think about it. But I'm like, I'm hearing words like bail money and cocaine have won too many times. And I'm like,
oh, man. I think I know.
Yeah. We
think I know who you had this conversation
and
with.
I'm not going to say no, but it's just my time here is limited.
Yeah.
I'm here for emergency reasons.
Right.
And I had nowhere else to go.
I got no place else to go.
I know. I had nowhere else to go, and the LA is starting to recover.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's going to be a type of city where you need a health pass to walk into a Taco Bell. But that's the world we live in now.
Wow.
And it's open, but you need a special little card. And it's like, okay, fine.
Man, I'm gonna fucking cave.
You're gonna cave. Well,
poke.
I got it purely for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
Purely for, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that's 100% why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If it comes to that point here or even in the surrounding states, like I can't stop or slow down. I'm trying to make that big push into hopefully being able to do this at least close to full time.
Places like New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantasy that plays in my head.
Right.
I would love to return to New York City and do stand up. I did theater over there, but I would love to try that game.
It'd be cool to visit. I don't think maybe I could wrap my head around something like that like 5 years down the road.
Just a fantasy in your head.
But
It's just a blip.
I'm nowhere near like, I'm gonna go to New York and fucking kill that shit.
Get in line.
Yeah, I'm not.
Get in line.
Not anywhere near that.
I didn't think I would smell that type of shit here. I didn't think I
Yeah.
would smell it.
God.
Because it seems so humble here.
Yeah.
At first, my
Yeah.
first year here, I was like, okay, people are nicer to each other. People are actually like genuine and asking you about your day. And I'm like, whoa.
It's like that designer song.
Yeah.
Mask on. Fuck it. Mask off. What's up? It's the real me now. And I'm a petty bitch.
Percocet. I have like very little frame of reference.
Yeah. No.
I was thinking of like the baby jokes the last time I followed a hip hop show, but I'm like, that's all I got.
Yeah. I would love to hear your DaBaby jokes.
It's written down somewhere. I never even rehearsed it, but if I were to, I should adjust my stuff. If I'm going to follow a hip hop act in the future, I need to be able to follow that well and have the set be like specific.
We got to get you on here doing your DaBaby jokes, and then we got to send this footage to Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, wait, doesn't he have a radio show?
Just so he can throw a hissy fit. He's got a radio show. I think he's got like a show on like Comedy Central or something.
Yeah. Oh
like
my
that.
God. I'm pretty sure he's got a radio show, and man, there's the thing about networks, dude, is that there's network censorship, and I know that there's more he wants to say.
Oh, yeah.
There's way more that he wants to say, but...
I mean, he fucking says a lot.
Yeah, and the powers that be will censor you. There's a couple, like Steven Crowder, he's like more of an alt guy. But he's like censored. Alex Jones is censored.
Yeah,
I mean, he's crazy. These are crazy fucking people. But
Right.
Interpreting it as truth is the wrong way to go about it.
Hey, man, gay frogs are real.
Gay frogs are real. Oh, they're so real, man. They're hermaphrodites. They're both. But like Charlemagne the God, like I feel like he wants to say more, but about like vaccines and the shit that's going on in the world. But we're increasingly like divisive, and that's like.
He does have a very divisive standpoint on most things too.
Mm-hmm. Is it almost for the sake of being divisive? Like
I think he's really kind
of.
I think he's kind of really just an asshole, to be honest. Like man, it's one of those people.
The God.
Yeah.
Narcissism.
Yeah. And one of those like very shock jockey type. If you don't agree with me, if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Oh yeah, for
type
sure.
of guys.
For sure. Did you watch the fucking Malice in the Palace documentary? I know that's out of left field, but
I did not. I did not.
Did you watch that? No, because they were talking about like Ron Artest and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
And how he changed his name to
Meta World Peace.
Like,
the nigga that was always picking fights.
Like don't.
You put world.
You don't know what happened. Like the whole thing just got like I watched that game live.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like,
Me too.
What is happening right now? And they got Allen Iverson to wear a suit.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I remember.
I remember back in that day, there was a lot of fights in the NBA back then. The hand checking and shit talking was more of a prevalent. Yeah.
They changed that rule.
But man, like the funniest thing ever was always when Shaq would try to get involved in fights. Like
he'll just run you over.
No, he's so big, and you could tell he's not really trying to hit motherfuckers. Like it's his biggest, widest swing over this point guard's head. Like, there's no way that was ever going to connect with anything. If it did, it would probably fucking kill somebody. But
and he's 7 feet, so like it's on purpose.
Yeah, it's
he might just be swinging to get you to flinch.
It's such a goofy like pantomime. Like, let me get involved, but not really get involved. Let me just be big and scary over here. Like,
have you seen the clip of someone trying to like pump fake the ball like at Kobe Bryant's face, and he's just
he's
just chilling,
cold as see, man, that's an old trick, and that's
those flinch moves. Like, trying to trip you up.
It's a really hard thing to do as a basketball player, but you're supposed to ignore their hands and focus dead center on their core.
Yeah.
Because you can see which way they're going to actually move and go once they commit to it. And then you can,
the hand is over here.
They,
moving that way.
Yeah. Especially, with crossovers and pump fakes and shit like that. And Kobe Bryant was just one of the coldest when it came to shit like that. Oh, God,
yeah. I got to see him live one time.
Yeah.
Out of all of my years just living in Los Angeles, I only got to see him play once. And that just means that the average working family can't afford Laker tickets.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. But, like, he just waved everybody to the side. It was versus the Thunder, oddly enough. This was Kevin Durant was on the Thunder. And they're going, Kobe's going in towards the key. And he just fucking, like, I got this. And he just fucking, like, goes through, like, 3 fucking guys. And just lays it up. Like, he just saw a hole. He just saw the tiniest hole in their, like, line of defense. And he fucking went around.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Like, and we were courtside tickets, and he was facing us so we were just, like, watching him work. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like,
right.
It was amazing. And I'm trying to, like, I remember that moment in life, and I'm trying to do that with comedy.
Right. Oh, yeah,
like,
man.
I'm so bad at crowd work. I'm so bad. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
I'm too fucking scared, but I need to be able to do that to fill time.
I was kind of proud. Monday at Kindle's, I did, like, pretty much just crowd work.
Crowd work?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I just fucked with everybody.
It's just, there's, like, that improv element, that improv muscle that I don't have.
Yeah.
And I'm just scared.
Right.
You had the heckle mic portion, and that's, like, encouraging heckling, and that incorporates crowd work too.
Right.
Because shit could just go fucking south. I need to pull my pants up and just do it.
It helps, man.
I'm scared of the heckle mic.
The good shining moments are when there's just, like, a winner in the crowd. Just that one person that is just, like, perfect fuel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you were there the night that one very drunk older white lady was at Kindle's.
I think I remember her.
And I just
completely... Like Tiffany or some shit?
No, it was a much older lady. Yeah. I think it was like Mary or...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she started talking about, like, her property and all the guns she had on her property and how it was the perfect place to go in the event of a zombie apocalypse. And I was like, oh, shit, are you trying to invite me? And I was like, we need to come up with a signal, so if I come up the property trying to survive the zombies, you ain't going to shoot my black ass. And she threw up the shocker.
Oh, my God.
So that I was able to throw out all of my fucking material. Thanks.
Wonderful.
I was just like, hey, yo, Brenda over here said you just got to go give her the shocker. And you...
Oh, dear.
Everybody just remember, in the event of a zombie apocalypse, go to her house, give her the shocker, and you're fine. You're protected.
That is the kind of shit that needs to be recorded and put on for marketing uses. Because I made another mistake. I decided to use just one of my rotating seasonal jokes into a promotion, and now it's like old hat now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to be able to use it till next year, depending on which way the pendulum swings.
Right.
We're not out of the woods
at
all, but... As long as this dark joke, like, oh, I'm ready for the fall, not the season, the collapse of society.
Yeah.
It's a seasonal one. I'll open with that. I won't open with that on Wednesday because that's the first day of fall, so it's moot now. It's over.
Right.
The fucking pumpkin spice shit. Now I gotta, like, make fun of, like, so I gotta try something else.
Right.
And it's topical, but heckle shit, that's gold. Because that lets you see how you can think on your toes.
I need to start writing some spooky season jokes.
Spooky season jokes?
Yeah.
Oh, what, for the Halloween showcase?
Yeah, and just, I mean, I feel like it's
got to cater to the theme. You know, like, I feel like that's a good challenge for us. Like, one angle that I have that's just written down in the back of my mental catalog. There's people that are like against celebrating Halloween for religious purposes.
Yeah.
Someone should tell them where the Christmas decorations came from.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
You're celebrating a holiday that the pagans used to celebrate by fucking.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Which is almost all, like, fucking Easter.
Mm-hmm. Easter. Fertility.
Yeah.
There's, like, resurrection, of my dick.
That's the best episode of South Park. So we gotta give my dad a resurrection.
Have you noticed the Virgin Mary's, like, whole thing? It looks like a fucking vagina.
I have not, but I'm definitely gonna look now.
She's a very thin structure, and like she's
Oh,
always holding a
I'm
candle, and
picturing
the
it in
candle's
my
got a
head
little thing,
right now.
and around her is like some kind of like
Labia.
some kind of labia, like a folded clay design. Like I don't know, man. It's
freaky.
Religion gets a little freaky. The message is in plain sight.
Yeah.
But like for Halloween,
I feel like Kayvon would say, religion fucks.
yeah, religion fucks. Oh yeah, for sure. Like there used to be a heavy metal themed comedy show that I would go to, and it was called Shreddin' Sundays, and the comedians booked had to come up with like at least 10 minutes of material on a particular subject, and
shit.
it was like a monthly thing or sometimes a bi-monthly thing, and it was fucking hard.
Yeah.
I'm a heavy metal enthusiast, but I could not come up with 10 minutes. Like I could come up with 5.
I got like maybe 2 minutes of metal.
2 minutes.
It's just my metal dad bit, which I'd taken out of rotation.
Yeah, if you could somehow expand that, like the same thing, like with Halloween. Like, how much time do you have on Halloween alone? Like, you've got about a month to figure that out.
Yeah. It's basically gonna be like 2 or 3 weeks of workshopping jokes, and then the ones that stick, using them in the Halloween showcase, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so much fun because I don't know. Should I? People know what my Halloween costume on the show is.
Yeah.
You already know who I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
But it's hard to see in that bunny mask. It's
You
really hard
definitely
to see
should not do the whole bit in the bunny mask.
I'll take it off. No, because remember the scene in Donnie Darko where he's like, "What's with the bunny suit?" And he like fucking takes off the thing, and you like see who it is and all that. And you're like, "What's with the human suit?" Like maybe I'll open with a couple of things, but if I can't be heard well in that thing, I'll just take the damn thing.
Yeah, no
doubt. I've got at least 3 minutes on that. I got a rant on part 2 of the Doomsday Rant is up, and so I combine that with the first one. That's about 3 minutes.
Hell yeah!
So I could just open with that, and then I'll go into whatever the fuck I have planned.
Right.
Oh my god, the next Michael Myers movie is gonna come out.
Oh man, that shit looks spooky.
Yes, I'm in. I'm in.
And Venom 2 got moved up to the 1st of October. I'm fucking stoked about that.
Oh god, I haven't been to a movie theater since the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
So you have not seen Shang-Chi?
No.
Oh man.
No. I'm aware of Shang-Chi. I'm aware of the whole fucking thing. I just haven't like delved into it.
This motherfucker saves the world in Jordans.
In Jordans?
In Jordans. Like dragon scale armor.
What year?
Oh fuck. I think they're like I want to say like 93s or some shit like
93s?
that. They're drippy as fuck, but it's just a weird juxtaposition. Like he's got his comics accurate costume with like the the new lore, which is basically it's made out of dragon scales and looks all badass and like
tight.
And then drops down. He's fighting monsters and all kinds of shit. Rocking them Jordans, man.
So
rocking them
sick,
Jordans
dude.
through the whole fucking thing.
They've really captured it. Now Marvel is they got the What If series now.
Yes.
And this is basically what they're doing. You remember being a little kid?
Yeah.
You play with your toys and you get them to fight.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
Dumping the toy box out.
Yeah, we're dumping the whole fucking toy box out.
But they're also doing it in a very like Disney Pixar way. Like I feel like that series should be like, what if we all cried a bunch? Because it's how they always.
They're gonna make it sad as fuck.
Almost every episode, there's some kind of fucking twist. In some episodes, there's no twist. It's just sad. It's just fucking sad.
Well, Disney's no stranger to pulling on our fucking heartstrings like that.
Yeah,
they do that.
When it's like a weekly anthology series and they do it almost every week, it's starting to feel cheap. It's just like, oh, you motherfuckers, what do you got this week? You sons of... The next episode, I think, is supposed to be the Party Thor episode. Is what they're dubbing it. And
oh no!
It was like one of the EPs is like, yes, there will be something very tragic that happens in the Party Thor episode. And I was like, how the fuck? It's called the Party Thor episode.
You know what's gonna happen? Someone's going to OD on something, and it's gonna go from Party Thor to like the scene from Pulp Fiction when fucking Uma Thurman's like foaming at the mouth.
Was the shit he had in the flask, the fell nerve or whatever? It was like, this is not for the consumption of mortal men. And he gave it to Stanley, and Stanley was like, Excelsior.
Oh my god!
Somebody's gonna drink too much of that shit. And
there's a whole thing with What If that I feel like someone should take that and put it in the wrong direction for the adults.
Yeah.
You know, like Disney's playing to a specific audience. It's a wide audience, but
Yeah. They sprinkle some shit in
Yeah,
there.
they
The
gotta-
first episode was definitely, there was a not so subtle nod to Death by Snoo Snoo
oh shit,
in the first
Death
episode.
by Snoo Snoo.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's basically the what if of Captain America the First Avenger. Like, what if Peggy got the serum instead of Steve?
Okay.
And so Steve is still teeny tiny, sickly Steve. And all of a sudden,
Does
Peggy.
she still like him?
Yeah. And she's like,
oh dear.
she's like full on Amazon woman at that point.
Oh man.
And she's still like, oh, what's up? What's up? Little Stevie?
This chick I'm kind of seeing is 5'10".
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
only like an inch shorter than me.
Right,
and
right.
It's just.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like
So
not having to
imagine if
fucking
you were
pull
like 5'4" and frail.
and frail.
And she was like my height,
Mm-hmm.
but probably had like, 70, 80 pounds of muscle on me
Yeah.
and a little bit of super strength. And she's just going to rock your world, bud.
Yeah. Oh, this
She's-
chick's definitely.
She's
stronger
going to
than
make
me.
you
Like,
call her Captain Carter.
This chick's definitely stronger than me. Like, I'm a lanky dude.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot on me. My metabolism is way too fucking high.
Right.
And I was with her, and it was great. But I'm like, she's gonna break me in half. She's gonna break me in half, and it was just like I gotta keep it together and just go along for the ride. But like, power is sexy.
Yeah.
Power is sexy.
Yeah.
You know? And it feels like, oh, I don't have to, feel like the overprotective type. Because if I'm dating a woman that's really tiny and frail, like I have to be like, I have to be around you all the time. And I become like a clingy person.
Yeah.
But if she's got some meat on her bones, I'm like,
You can handle
you
yourself.
can handle yourself. Like, oh, pepper spray, what's that? I got fists, Like I feel like, I could be
man.
more, like kind of like a cat, They're a little bit more independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, I've been single for like 9 years, and I'm finding myself talking to this girl, and
Feels
I
weird.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel good about it, but it's been a long time since I've decided to like put the idea in my head to actually like commit to a person.
Yeah.
I do want to share my life. I want to change some things about myself, but like it's been such a long fucking time.
Right.
And relationships are a fucking it's heavy, and you have to like balance that with your passion.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like it's gonna get because you've been in a relationship and doing this at the same time, so
Yeah.
you sacrifice the art to be with that person, and I feel like that she's gonna get in the way.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna get in the way. But I don't. That's the thing. I don't know if it's worth it or not. You know what I mean? Like I've never dated someone and did something like this because it's been so long for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you find like the balance, or try your best to find the balance? Not even just relationships, just with life in general.
I mean,
If that hits you heavy, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think of if I'm even fucking qualified to answer that question. I don't know if you noticed, but that last relationship, the support kind of ebbed and flowed,
I know.
and then like kind of dropped off completely. But there was it's not a coincidence that once that ended, things started taking off.
Right. You had more time to focus on you.
Well, and I was
Yeah.
depressed as fuck, so I was like just saying yes to everything.
Okay.
Just like stay busy, stay busy, stay busy.
Yeah,
And that
fucking telling me.
could have had a very opposite effect. That could
Mm-hmm.
have caused burnout or caused me to like oversaturate, and people could have been like, fuck this sad
Yeah.
son of a bitch. I don't want to see his shit anymore. But I got lucky it did not turn out that way. And
And you
That's-
want to be able to find someone that supports your artistic endeavors. Because I happen to be talking to a lady that understands that.
yes.
The right person needs to understand that it's not that, that your lady's not a priority in your life or your significant other relationship, whatever. But they
Right.
need to understand that, it's not always going to be like, sorry, we're not going to have a dinner date this week. I'm doing a fucking show.
I mean,
You know?
it's I feel like really just like with any relationship, it's all about like communication. You know what I mean? As long as you know in advance, a reasonable amount in advance, like what you have planned, you can plan around that.
Yeah.
If you really like somebody, you're really interested, you'll make time.
I've already told this girl
You'll
my
fucking
plans.
make time.
I've already told this girl my plans, dude. Like, I almost had to, like, overshare to someone I've barely known for 2 weeks, and that was, like, such a difficult thing for me. Like, it takes a long time for me to warm up to people. And I just told her, I'm like, look, I'm going to be straight with you. Here's my plan. And whether or not you want to agree with that plan, I guess we'll just have fun until it's not fun anymore.
Right.
That's how I'm coming at it. And because regardless whether this chick wants to run away with me in a year, it'd be easier to have a roommate, but I'm still going to fucking dip out regardless.
Right.
And I've got about, I'm going to give it one more year here just because, like, my home is starting to come back, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I still want to fly out here.
Right.
Because I got family out here. And I still want to, like, I've been hesitant to put guests on the podcast and making it grow and making it better because, like, I'm asking for people's time, and I'm glad that you're here. You know?
Oh yeah. Glad to be here.
Yeah, sure. I just feel so sheepish.
Yeah.
You know, because people have kids, people have their day jobs, people have other shit going on that's more important. You know.
Right.
And I'm just asking for people's time to hang out, and I'd rather just do it myself. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not pushy about it, if you're not asking every week, somebody that's obviously not like, oh yeah, let's lock something in, like, then I don't think it's an issue. You know what I mean?
I just don't want to feel like that needy person.
Right.
Because there's that needy energy.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't want to give off that at all. I think that's what I'm scared of.
I love doing this type of thing, for one, just to, like, put content out there and have these conversations with, you know, other people in the scene.
Yeah.
If I really, really don't like you, I won't ever be on your fucking podcast. But I also like doing this, like, it's again, it's free promotion. It's another avenue of promotion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to end this video without telling people exactly when and where to come see me soon.
And you know there's going to be links in the description in the future.
Yeah.
Like in the future, like as we get closer to, like, show dates and stuff, and for, like, clips or whatever, send me the fucking Eventbrite link or whatever that is.
Right.
Whatever that is in the future. Because, I mean, I want to help as many people as I can.
Yeah.
And I want to expand my audience as well as expand the other person's audience, because that way everybody wins.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And that's all. And that's what I feel is missing, is that there's a little bit of that there's too much selfishness and not enough selflessness.
Stop jerking yourselves off.
Yeah. Stop jerking yourselves off.
That's straight from the Jaking Off show.
Yeah, for real. Rub one out every once in a while, but rub someone else out every once in a while. But here's the thing, I can't help everybody. I already have too many people asking me for favors.
I won't help anybody rub one out. I just want to make that clear. That conversation got a little convoluted.
We're guys. Our minds are in the gutter constantly. I just wish that more people would be more supportive. Like, even if we've heard the jokes, I've noticed that some comics just don't do their A set in front of other comics waiting their turn.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, we've heard it before, not because it's not funny, but you won't get a reaction from us.
Yeah.
However, there's people in the audience that have never seen you before.
Right.
And then because I've done this on stage where I'm like, there's comics in the back watching, sort of. And there's a couple of new people over here, and they're gonna be scared. Like, why am I not doing material?
Yeah,
and they don't like. It just becomes this binary choice, and just do your shit.
Yeah,
just sling your shit.
I mean, that's one of the pitfalls of
I'll fake laugh.
Doing multiple open mics every week and everything like that. Like, even if it's outside of Kindle's, whenever I hit other mics, it's a challenge to. I want to at least do it in a different way, or at least have one or two brand new pieces for that reason. And it gets old to us. Yeah. It's not just the other comics. Like, some shit, it gets old to me. Even whenever it kills every single time. There's some jokes that I'm just like, I don't want to do that one.
Bojangles.
Unless I start,
Does it start to feel like old hat?
I mean...
It's there,
and it's safe. I kind of took a long enough break from it to where I didn't mind dusting it off again, but that's why I didn't do it for a while there, because it was just like...
It's an old hat.
And it's safe.
Yeah.
Too, you know what I mean? It's just like, I can pull that out if I'm drowning, and at least if there's anybody out there that hasn't heard it, it's going to get some laughs.
Right. That's good. Have you retired old bits, like, based on, like...
I don't
like how life has changed in any way. Like,
yeah, but honestly, my bits from like back then, most of them weren't that great.
you ever
But
try to go back and go like, oh, there's still life in that old joke. Like, there's a
I've
way to bring it
retooled
back.
some stuff, and honestly, the Randy Newman bit was part
That
of
shit fucking slaps.
that was part of a completely different bit and joke from way back.
It's really good.
Probably when I was a year into this.
Because what you're explaining in that bit is that there's too many tabs open in our brains.
Yeah,
and we don't know
yeah.
where the music is coming from.
Right,
That bit
right.
explains that perfectly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I experienced that every day of my life.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what makes that bit so funny, is because it's just one of those minute things that it's
Yeah.
hard to explain as matter of fact.
Right.
The fucking Eazy-E Dolly Parton
Yeah.
fusion. It's just such a great bit.
It's absurd, but also like weirdly relatable.
Yes. And I'm trying to find that for myself, but I haven't picked it yet. I'm trying to think of System of a Goof.
Right.
Where I have System of a Down lyrics, but they're as goofy.
Like yuck.
I don't know why that's in my brain, but
Yeah,
it is. It's there.
Right.
And it's also like a voice I know how to do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll just do Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. And I'll find myself singing songs in like an impression that I know how to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not an impression type.
I've been trying to figure out how to shoehorn like Arnold Schwarzenegger rapping into something.
Oh my God.
But that's already a difficult impression to do, and trying to do it like while rapping is.
I am Arnold, can't you see? And I'm but fucking a Kennedy.
Yeah, see, I mean, exactly. Like, I don't know.
I wish I could, I wish I could freestyle. As a very fucking like metalhead square white guy, I wish I could freestyle. I could rehearse it,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be true.
You know what? The weirdest thing that has actually like pushed me a little further in like my freestyling and like helped me like keep things varied and be consistently good recently. Fucking Hamilton, man. Like Hamilton. It's weird enough. I would not watch it for the longest time because it's one of those where like there's no spoken word. Like everything is rapped or sung. Like
You would really like the musical In the Heights.
yeah,
They do that too.
Yeah, well, I usually hate fucking musicals like that, but just the way it's handled in Hamilton, and it's more of a hip hop type thing. It's almost like a tutorial on how to like conversationally rap.
Has it opened the door to musicals for you? Are you still good? Or is it still one of those like, that's too much?
I was a theater geek, so I already liked some musicals. I was just never a big fan of like just straight up talking and acting. Like Les Miserables, it's too much. It's too much. Everything is sung very dramatically. It's just too much for me.
Well, that's the type, And Hamilton's like historic. You're also learning something. It hits a lot of points.
Yeah, it's wrong about a lot of things.
Also, Broadway's trying to. How do I put this? Fit in with the times.
Yeah.
Because there's more here's one example. Like, have you seen the Candyman movie?
I need to go watch that.
I've been told that it hits the woke angle a little too much, where it's like annoying. And Broadway is starting to do that.
Right.
There's actually a musical that's out right now. It's the first one to come back in the pandemic, called 9 to 5. And they're touching that angle where there's like class warfare and shit like that.
See,
they're trying to hit that. They're trying to hit a lot of buttons.
I want to do something like a ghetto Hamilton, but like just pick like a shit politician, somebody that didn't do anything nearly as special as Alexander Hamilton.
That lost the election that year. How about like Bob Dole? Or fucking. Or Buchanan, or just like somebody that, or who was the guy that ran? It was Bush, Clinton, and the other guy. There were three guys.
Ross Perot.
Have fucking Ross Perot come in.
It's funny because Clinton was the one that I was thinking about, just because it would. I feel like, I don't know if it's a saxophone thing, but I feel like his story would lend itself well to a musical.
Oh yeah, and it would still be relevant today. Oh shit, or like fucking Taft the fattest president. Like there's something there.
Yeah,
There's something cooking in
you
there.
can't do Bob Dole because Norm Macdonald, rest in peace.
Oh yeah,
Norm Macdonald.
yeah, that was heavy.
Bob Dole.
That was such a heavy hit, and he's such a badass for not telling anybody.
Yeah,
Probably except like his immediate family.
pulled a Chadwick Boseman.
What is it, Chadwick? Yeah, he didn't tell anybody either.
Yeah, this man was in a cat suit doing superhero fights.
People were joking that he was on crack because he did I think he did a couple of like Instagram lives during like the initial like quarantine.
People got pictures of him, and he was looking very thin and
He
ill.
wasn't looking so great.
Some people were making fun of him. Some people assumed that it was for Yasuke. The black samurai.
Yeah.
He
Didn't
was.
they animate that?
Isn't
that on Netflix?
Yes, but that's actually a separate project, and so supposedly the actual live action Yasuke is still a thing. And
would have been him or
no one knows what state it's in right now. No one knows if he filmed any scenes or if he filmed all of his scenes or if he filmed none of his scenes.
Yeah, I know
but
he did voice work for that Black Panther bit in Marvel, and that was like, ugh. How fucked up is it that their last lines in a movie is like something so profound and you're hearing it like 2 years or whatever after they die?
It's, again, what if we all cried a lot?
Like, did they do that on purpose?
100%.
Did they somehow know?
100%.
'Cause he kept it so private. Like colon cancer is like, did the production team know that he was falling ill and they just decided to capitalize on the eventual tragedy that it was going to become?
Spoiler alert, this motherfucker keeps popping up in multiple episodes. It's not even just that one episode.
So, like, what is happening?
And every time I'm like, oh, they're going to ruin it. He said something profound last time. Now he's just going to say some stupid toss away line and it's going to ruin it. And no, he says something profound and heartbreaking every fucking time.
So there's some Hollywood exec that's going, this is a terrible tragedy, a celebrity death that's wholesome as fuck that everybody loves. How do we make money off of that? Someone's immediately thinking of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why I hate this game. There are sharks in these waters, Brandon. And I really didn't think I was going to see that here, but I do.
Yeah.
I smell it and I want to stay far the fuck away from it, dude.
Yeah.
There's only so much we can do. And
I mean, I made my big announcement months ago that I was not going to deal with any of that.
Right. Yeah, it's not important.
Wasn't going to engage in any of that. And so far, that's really worked.
Yeah,
like,
it's really worked. It helped keep you sane. And it's the same way, like, why you're a comic watching another comic go up and do their material. Like, it's nothing personal. I've just seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm thinking about my other shit, you know. Is he going to say something funny that I can bounce off of if I'm next or something like that?
Right,
my plan changes like 5 times before I got up there. Bless you. And Delta. And
no.
It's nothing, you know, you got to be able to, leave your baggage at the door.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be baggage. There's always going to be peaks and valleys and dark times and good times too. But when shit, I got to get a bigger apartment.
Yeah, this is nice.
It's a studio apartment. It's literally a fucking studio.
We in the studio.
Yeah, we up in here. Yeah, you're gonna be in another studio with soundboards and shit.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
It's gonna be fun.
But what was I getting at? But like, there's people that just don't leave their baggage at the door, and I feel like that's so important. And we're always there for support. Like I went through a depressive phase for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And many people reached out to me and said like, "Hey man, don't give up." And like that's all I needed to hear. Like that's literally it. Like we're not competing with each other. We're here to like lift each other up. And like whatever, like I've squashed anything that's been going down. And there's a new guy that knows what I'm about, but he doesn't know me. And I'm like, okay. Just because like I'm super nice and I have that perception or that reputation going on, that's great to hear. I'm glad for it, but it's not going to happen like on a fucking whim.
Yeah.
You know, and some cats don't.
And don't give me a reason to destroy you because I will.
Right. I don't want to be that guy. You know, I don't want to be that guy. But I feel like I'm in a position, we're going to leave names out of it, but I'm in the position to check somebody, and in my heart of hearts, I really don't want to.
Sometimes I want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I usually am not, but
I don't want to be. And like the thoughts occur in my head. Like, you ever come up with comebacks to an argument after it's over?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, and just like I hate that. I hate that, and I'm like yelling at myself in the fucking shower. I'm like, man, I should have said this to this motherfucker, and then he wouldn't have anything against me, and yada yada. And I'm just having I'm at war with myself.
But see, that's why I had to just be like, man, I don't even come to me with the drama, especially if it's about somebody else, and I'm not actually I don't want to fucking hear it, because like it's insane to think about giving that much energy.
Yeah.
To something that's petty or often has nothing to do with you or often serves neither of those people that are actually involved. It's just like the fact that I would even give the energy to that and be thinking about it later on is just a very frustrating thought.
It fucks with the bandwidth.
Yeah.
You can only have your frame rate can only be so clean.
Right.
You know, and to the nerd analogy out there, you know frame rates. God, fucking games and shit. Oh my God. But I can't. I hear people telling me like, "Oh, what did this person say about me?" Like, dude, I don't know. Roll with the punches, man.
Right.
That's what this business is. Just roll with the punches.
And honestly, like if you're in any avenue of entertainment and you don't have anybody like talking shit or hating on you, then you're not making enough noise. You're not making any sort of waves.
What's this fucking Machine Gun Kelly is going after like everybody now.
People are going to fucking.
For just for beef, because people like to see that shit.
Right.
Some people get off on drama.
Yeah.
It just conflict.
I might even stir up some fake shit to promote the Halloween show.
Stir up some fake shit to
I can't fuck Leo Mendes. I hate that dude. He better not show up. If he shows up in the building dressed as Beetlejuice, there's going to be a fight.
Dude, he's already a fucking lawyer, man.
Matter of fact, we're going to fight. We're selling tickets. Come to Kendall's. Get your $10 tickets online. For the Halloween showcase, I will fight Leo Mendes.
Leo Mendes, I think Leo Mendes would fight you with credible sources and paperwork.
He's already on the show. This is fake. It's fake beef. It's like Kanye and Drake.
Oh, nice. Is that the theme? Fake beef, or is he going to? Kayvon's going to be like the Prince of Persia or something.
The artist formerly known as the Prince of Persia.
Yes. That's. I thought he was going to be like Aladdin or some shit.
Oh no. It's basically just going to be like Prince, but with like a purple turban and probably I don't know.
I guess he'd have to make it. He would have to do a combination of the fucking Prince of Persia from the video game or the movie or whichever you want to pull from.
He needs like a turban and a dagger.
Yeah.
And then like a Prince suit.
That's
like,
it.
Yeah.
What if we gave
I told him like get like a little Jerry curl wig or something.
What if we gave him a bunch of piercings like that guy in 300? What's his name? Xerxes. Yeah. We should just give him a bunch of piercings.
Damn.
Is he already ripped? Like, I don't know. He seems like a fit dude.
I don't know.
I haven't seen his stomach, but if not, we could like paint abs on him.
I don't know, but if he was here, he'd be like, gay.
This has been nice, Brandon. We've been chatting, we've been talking spit, we've been talking game. And
Yeah.
now what we got to do is we got to edit your game tape. We
Oh,
look at
yeah.
your game tape.
I'm so proud of that, by the way.
It's really good game tape. And homies over at patreon.com, if you want to see my comedy game tape, I mean, I'm not going to put anybody else's on there for $1 a month, but if you want that on there, it would just be on my content and anybody who.
Oh, I'm making a Patreon today, so y'all watch out for that info.
Before we go, let's talk about that real quick. You want to start a Patreon, so I mean, it's not even difficult. It's really not. Like you just need to have a small handful of people to help you pay an electric bill once in a while. That's what it does for me. Like it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a slow growing acorn.
Right.
You know, this is long game shit.
Yeah.
Because there are already famous comics that do Patreon, and because they already have that following, it happened faster for them.
Right.
So we're starting from the ground up.
Yeah.
And if you do something like have your game tape on, like people who didn't have an opportunity to see you live have an opportunity to see you virtually for much cheaper.
Right.
The experience isn't the same because at one point this was quarantine and nobody could do anything, you know, and it gave me an idea like I should just put my stuff on there. Some of it's good, some of it's not.
I think for the base level, I'm probably going to at least release like the full clips. But probably not full sets.
Full sets.
Might do like a mid tier,
okay,
where you can get the full sets.
Yeah, and people
still
who
do the
throw
YouTube
down,
campaign thing.
Like my tiers are $1, $3, and $5 a month. Like 1 is just you're helping out, like you're moving a pebble, and 3 is like shout outs to your thing or whatever.
Right.
I have a homie that my homie, he goes by OG Shenron.
That's badass.
He has a vintage clothing store, and
I
shout him out like separate from this recording. Like I shout him out and for like the ads and all that stuff. And he throws me a little bone, so I throw him his and get some traffic to his website. And $5 is just like, oh, you're just here because you love me. That's
right.
And it's nothing. You get all the perks, the game tape, the shout outs, and all that stuff. But 5 is just for you being nice. And that's only my mom, my brother, and one close friend have been putting in 5, and that's 15. So Patreon takes 8%. That's like $1 and change or whatever. And then that gets taken out of the balance, and you withdraw every month, and that's like it's just a couple of bucks.
I'm gonna have a $25 tier, and I'll send you a personalized video every month
from the point of view of his bed.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Spicy,
smooth. Yes. But yeah, it's really simple. It's really easy. Literally anyone can do it. If you're a poet, a writer, a rapper, or whatever, it'll just go to merch or whatever the fuck future stuff.
That's what I was actually thinking for like my high tier, like maybe charging a little bit more, but like sending you something personalized. Or rarely, like sending like a piece of merch.
Yeah, a button or whatever.
Yeah, a button every now and then whenever shit's going really good. Like, I'll send you a T-shirt if you're in that tier. If you're one of the 1 to 3 people that would.
3 people that and you gotta rep that set wherever you go.
Yeah, you're damn right.
I have your button is on my work hat.
Hell yeah.
And it's just anybody who wants to look at my work hat, and it's next to the Everything Sucks button. So it's your stickers. Your button is black and green, and the little rainbow one's just right next to it, which it'll make people look at that. There's a whole strategy here.
I appreciate everyone who's gotten one of those buttons, and a lot of people are walking around repping those things, and I'm going to get more made, and I'm going to get the keychains too.
And that's going to be like shipping costs, so you'll have to dip back into the Patreon money. Like it's all fucking like reds and blacks, dude. Because I spent $35 on an Instagram ad, and it only gained me $1 more on my Patreon. Out of the hundreds of people that saw it, one person
was like, "Hey,
I'll for $1."
Right.
It fucking sucks. It's been wonderful talking to you, Brandon. Any more things that you want to promote one more time?
Just make sure you all get out to Kindle's on Reno and May. That's 110 South May Avenue every Monday night at 9 p.m. for sign-ups, musicians and comics. Free sign-up on Mondays. We do all kinds of crazy comedical and musical shit. Show starts at 9:30. Also at Kindle's, 110 South May Avenue every Thursday night. Sign up 9:15. Show at 9:30. We do a more contained mic where it's just comics and the musical guests that I book. This week we've got Mortified Gold as the musical guest and John McMillan as the headliner. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you come out to that. But yeah, those two every week. And this Saturday, myself and OB the Beast will be out performing at the open mic at Pours Liquid Lounge.
Hell yeah.
I want to say 804 West Sheridan. I'm not 100%
You're asking
sure.
the wrong person.
Google that shit. Pours Liquid Lounge. It's a really great venue, really cool. Gina's running a dope-ass venue out there, so come check it out.
All right. Tight. Okay, thanks. Bye, everybody.